Talking with Words.
Welcome back to Talking with Words. You're here with Rob,
Cameron,
James,
and Ryan.
And we just watched Smokin Aces. What year was this?
2006.
2006.
just a little bit ago.
man,
And they got like everybody that was about to be a big actor in this movie, it felt like.
So many characters.
Or people that like we thought were going to be big actors. I mean, they had big ones too.
Yeah, I mean, they had some old school big ones because, like, Jeremy Piven was coming off Entourage.
Yeah, and obviously Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta.
You had the old mob guys.
Andy Garcia.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds
had been doing Blade.
Yeah,
He had done Blade, Waiting.
He had just done a whole bunch of shit at this time because I think this is when him and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, he was doing a bunch of, like, rom-com stuff in the early 2000s.
Who hadn't seen it?
I had not.
You had, Cameron?
yeah, I remember watching the trailer as a 16-year-old. I was like, yeah, that's going to be awesome. Because obviously like the Tremor Brothers stick out from the trailer, and I mean they're easy to remember. You know, like when you've seen them once, you're like, yep,
Yeah.
I know exactly what movie they're from.
Yeah, they leave a stain.
Yeah.
For sure. If you don't know about this movie, I want to see what it's described as because it's pretty much the entire movie. It's one line. When the Las Vegas performer turned snitch named Buddy Israel decides to turn state's evidence and testify against the mob, it seems that a whole lot of people would like to make sure he's no longer breathing. And let's run through just some of the people in this.
There's a lot.
Jeremy Piven, Ryan Reynolds, Ray Liotta, Joseph Ruskin was the primo. I guess he was the FBI agent.
Yeah, Heller/Speraza.
Yeah. Alex Rocco, Wayne Newton, Ben Affleck, Peter Berg, Common, Andy Garcia, like we said,
Martin Henderson.
Alicia Keys, Nestor Carbonell, Matt Fox,
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine's very early,
Joel Egerton.
Some people that
Kevin Durant.
I went back and saw later was like, oh yeah, Chris Pine's in this.
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman making a sweet cameo.
Herpes himself.
That was a delightful mess.
Tommy Flanagan.
Yeah, right before Sons.
I mean, great names.
James, what'd you think first time?
I'm still a little bit lost. I mean, I got what was going on, but the barrage of characters, you know, just trying to place the shock value is like, oh, it's that guy, the actor, and there's like, wait, what part are they playing? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'll have to watch this one again to kind of piece some of that together because, you know, yeah, spoilers. I know where it ends up now, and I would like to go back and understand it from the beginning.
Track it a little bit better.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
But the characters just show up like they're going to kill this guy, and there's no rhyme or reason where they're coming from, how many there are, who's doing what to who.
It's like putting a dozen kids in a Chuck E. Cheese and being like, okay, now you're all going to get over there in the next 5 minutes. Just watch and see how it happens. You get them running off. You get some of them going to the bathroom. You get some of them going to get pizza.
Everyone you think's killed is not killed.
Yeah, I didn't remember that as much.
Every time you think somebody's dead, well, they're not dead. They're just dying, or maybe not dead at all, or just faking.
Most of the people that died were extras because in the end,
Yeah.
like you only had a couple deaths of the main people in the shootouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently, you can walk in anywhere wearing anything, just flash a badge at somebody, and go
I don't think that's changed much.
on in.
Yeah, that usually works.
Man, they made it look too easy.
Give it a try sometime.
You would think
Yeah.
some of them would know each other.
You want to take one of the shields I have in the...
I'd rather not. I think I would get shot. I don't know why some of them didn't get shot.
James would immediately get arrested.
Hey, FBI, fuck you, buddy. I didn't even...
Little known fact, I went to a recruiting session at a college one time, and the FBI dude that was there recruiting told me that he worked with a guy that looked just like me. My doppelganger is in the FBI.
It's a good thing you didn't go in because if you meet him, one of you has to die.
Yeah.
That's the doppelganger rule.
Well, I mean, you're only hearing this story now. Maybe you never knew me at all.
Doesn't change much on my side. I missed the chaos on that one.
So that's what this movie was like.
Well, let's run through the actual storyline of the film because it's really that part's really short in itself. It's the setup of all the assassins
Right.
and the FBI and the whatever the hell was going on with Ben Affleck and Jason Bateman. I still don't completely understand what they were doing.
Yeah,
They
Jason
were.
Bateman just
He had skipped bond or skipped bail or whatever for
So-
some little misdemeanor charge.
So they just happened to be involved.
They were involved. Like they caught wind of all the other stuff going on with the FBI and the hit and everything else. They're like, okay, this is an easy payday. We're gonna get him, and then the FBI can pick him up from county or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
But he skipped bond in, Vegas on whatever dumb charge it was.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the movie, it starts, and I was down there messing with Meryl. It started in the van, right, where they're doing.
Yes.
Surveillance.
Yep.
Yeah, they're listening to audio phone calls with Sparazzo and his guy.
Yeah, and the whole thing starts because they hear that they're going to get Buddy Israel. The Spraza is going to get Buddy Israel,
They've got a specialist, a Swede coming in
and they
for
want
$1 million.
to clip him and take his heart. So that's
Yeah.
all they hear, and that's all everybody else hears, apparently, through the grapevine. So then you have like 6 different assassin hitmen groups all come into that hotel on the lake. Not even in Vegas. It's just on the lake,
It's Lake Tahoe
Lake Tahoe.
on the Nevada side.
Yep.
At the Nomad.
Tahoe and Lake Tahoe. And then just everything goes to shit. It was beautiful. I love how insane it gets as it just ramps up. And on the main storyline, you have Ryan Reynolds and Ray Liotta, who are trying to chase the lead and get Israel because he's going to turn.
He's turned state's evidence, and they're waiting. The second this deal is signed, let's snag him and
Put him in
Get him outta
protective
here.
custody or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Again, that doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
And then we'll talk about the end at the end. But they did a great job. It felt kind of like an 80s like Running Man kind of thing where it's like, oh, yeah, we got the Tremor Brothers, and you show just them being insane.
Yep.
It's like, well, and then there's Soot, and they show him executing someone.
reminds me a little bit of a Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that in it.
A random band of hookers.
Some hookers.
Gotta have them.
You got the Plague, the guy that had the spike wrist thing.
Oh yeah,
And there was one more. Oh, the Affleck group. The Affleck.
the 2 chicks.
Yeah, we're talking about the chicks.
Sniper chick and her
Yeah, Alicia Keys.
close work Alicia Keys' friend.
That apparently isn't into her. And of course, everything goes horribly, which is what makes it fun. Where do we want to start? Cameron's contribution.
It's to James's point. I think you do need to rewatch it a couple times just to understand what's exactly happening here.
Who's doing what?
Because, yeah, Ray Liotta and Ryan Reynolds are being debriefed by Andy Garcia. Meanwhile, Ben Affleck is debriefing his new crew on essentially all the hired guns who are going to show up,
Yeah.
while Alicia Keys and her fake girlfriend are being debriefed. Right, it's like there's just a whole lot of just
Yeah.
information flying around within
As they're
15 minutes, and you're like, "Wait, what?"
as they're identifying all the different hitmen, it's cutting to their, hey, I got a job for you. Hey,
Yeah. Doing the
here's
heist
a
thing.
big payday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. I'm in.
But you never quite know, like, really what's going on.
Yeah, it was messy.
It is messy, but that's intended.
In a good way.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's what she said.
Just watch that video. And no one shows up. They all show up like the same day, but no one's there at the same time. And I like the big setup with the Affleck group. I'm going to say Affleck. They go and they get the security costumes, and they're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. And then the guys just mow them down in the parking
Yeah.
lot at the lake.
The Tremor Brothers just happen to show up.
That was
And
fantastic.
when he does his dead puppeteer move, he's like, "Oh damn, we're after the same guy here. Thank you kindly.
And
Will you
just
forgive me for all this."
Yeah,
It's just-
Chris Pine messing with his face, puts his hand on his chin.
yeah.
I'm awfully sorry. It's okay.
Making dead Ben Affleck talk. That was great.
I'll see you in heaven. Oh, you think so? It's like Sally doing the read.
Yeah. I will say the Affleck group meeting Jason Bateman
Yes,
as they're getting some of the info. What was it? Get your dick beaters off the rabbit.
Just Jason Bateman never
With his raging oral herpes.
Yeah, he never fails. Like he just was like, all right, this is the character I'm gonna be. All right, let me do some weird shit.
I feel like
just
that
go
was
for it.
yeah. I feel like that was just one cut. Like
That was just him going.
Yep.
Probably.
Whatever you want to do, go ahead.
That's the R-rated version of his character from Dodgeball.
Well, and then they like show that one of the cops died, and he's watching TV, and he gets out of bed, and he's wearing a little bra and
He's wearing
panties.
a strapless bra and a
Yeah.
G-string.
You're like,
You
had
oh shit.
10 more seconds to film. He's like, hold on, give me a bra.
Wardrobe.
Yeah, and just the math herpes. Those have haunted me for the last 20 years. I've ever seen those theaters being like, oh my God, that's a thing? I was a teenager. Ugh. All right.
The world is a lie.
Wear a condom over my head. Got it.
What about the kid? Because I don't want to.
Oh.
I don't want to not address that.
Another one of those, it's like someone else wrote it. It's like, where did that come from?
But I can't imagine this movie without it.
But now, yeah.
That's somebody's son in there being like,
It's
okay.
so funny.
weird. And that the lady is from, she's been in a bunch of stuff, but I can't
Yeah.
think of anything.
I was trying to remember as well.
Only thing that was going in my head was Angels in the Outfield, but I don't think that's it.
That could be it. Holy shit, that could
Jesus,
be it.
that
That could
might
be a
Is that
deep
her?
pull. I hope it is.
About to find out.
That will make my night.
well, the poor
I
guy.
completely forgot that movie existed till just now.
That's always up in here.
But that poor guy. He comes out of the lake. He fishes himself out of the lake. He's missing
Been
most of a
shot.
hand.
He's missing, what, 3 fingers?
He drags himself to the first house he can find, and in it is this kid who isn't freaked out at all that this half dead man's on the front porch.
Explain the child, James.
I've got no explanation. He's just wearing like Karate Kid gear and no shirt, and he just wants to do karate moves on you at all times.
Got like the one of his glasses lenses all taped up, like he's got the lazy eye.
Have you ever been to somebody's house
Corrective.
and they've got a dog that won't stop jumping up on you?
Oh yeah.
It's like, what a great dog. That was that kid. This was the kid. This is the kid.
Kid version.
Kid version. Just like missing link of evolution between these two things.
I just like that he was threatening me the entire time. The guy was like in shock, dying. He's like, "Don't make me close this palm, bitch."
Yeah, he's had this near-death experience, and he's already like freaked out. And then this kid that makes no sense in any scenario is messing with him.
And we say kid like 12-year-old kid. If anything else, watch that part of the movie.
It's such
I-
a great scene. She
I wanna-
explains like why she's his caretaker. Like, mom ran out on him. Dad got arrested doing some crazy stuff.
It
My
was
husband
home
just
invasion, sodomy, and
Sodomy
torture.
and burglary. she just
Got into
snuck the
some
sodomy
shit.
in the middle. Home invasion
just nice
sodomy.
casual, you know.
That crazy stuff.
Just
always
crazy
goes through.
stuff. He's in jail for some crazy
And she's just
stuff.
laughing. Yeah,
The whole time.
this is just
Yeah.
my life now.
That was classic grandma that's raising.
Refers to the kid as he's been in the man of the house ever since he left. Yeah.
He's got that huge carton of Ritalin in the thing that's unopened.
Yeah,
I don't think that's her.
Yeah.
She was the teacher in Liar Liar though.
Liar, liar. Ah, okay.
So my night is not made.
Sorry.
Sorry, Cameron.
We'll watch Angels in the Outfield next.
Yeah.
See Matthew McConaughey get picked up.
The humor in this movie, though, I think it's well timed. It's obviously over the top.
I'm
Like
sure
that
in all the
stupid
hose
kid.
out.
Yeah. I
In
mean,
an orderly fashion, or however you want to do it.
You just find yourself laughing when like you shouldn't be laughing.
yeah, because just the lines and the delivery.
Yeah.
That's us all the time, though.
Well, I mean, we were laughing.
Like when the Tremors even like go past Ben Affleck's crew.
Like the drive-by.
Yeah, because like you hear the metal coming, you're like you already know who that is,
Yeah.
and they go right by him, slowly back up, and then just demolish him. That's a little comical.
Oh, yeah.
You're laughing.
That's delightful.
We laughed. We're weird.
And
But
the
we
Tremor Brothers, every time they were on screen, they were great. Because
Oh,
like even that when
The
they've shot
drawn on
everybody,
Hitler mustache as
he's-
soon as he gets out.
yeah, and then he turns around and starts pissing on the driver door,
Yeah.
which is the Big Brothers spot apparently. Because he comes around, he's like, looks at him. The other guy looks at him, and then he jumps over the car, and they start doing this weird wrestling fighting thing where he's like picking him up and throwing him against the hood. And then the other guy's done, and he's like, all right, let's go. And they just, okay, let's go.
Chris Pine has some sort of tattoo, woman tattoo on his
Oh, yeah.
armpit. Can you explain it for us, Ryan?
Yeah. So
He's got one.
yeah, they're great. It's a naked lady, and one leg goes down the arm, one leg goes down the pectoral muscle, and you just gotta shave your armpit hair appropriately.
Yep. And he would licked his finger and was
Yep.
playing with his armpit.
Yeah. When you raise your
So
arm,
good.
the leg spread. You just got to go to the side. They can't do their Nazi salute.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess that up.
Then it's more like a go-go dancer. He reminded me of the little kid from Euro Trip. Creeps everybody out, draws on the mustache.
Yeah, I'll take that. And then, I mean, since we're on the Tremor Brothers, their attempt, it's one of those you're like, what are you doing? But they get so far, and it's just that insane, just enjoyable.
Yeah, this could work.
But it's also, when you watch that, you're like, how did you get through any other jobs?
Yeah.
But, of course, they walked into, like, 12 armed men
Well,
in this one.
they talk about it when they're referencing when Ryan Reynolds and Ray Liotta are doing their debrief with Andy Garcia. They're like, yeah, the Melee's Diner, 7 dead, 25 wounded, all to take out one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of them were hurt.
They're all hurt, shot in the back, paralyzed. One guy goes down unconscious. The other guy has,
He's,
misfire, and he's temporarily blinded.
yeah, he's blinded. Just dragging him out.
Yep.
And the chainsaw. I love the addition of a chainsaw.
Oh, yeah.
James didn't love it as much.
I did not. I mean,
Two
so many
machetes
people,
and a
so many
chainsaw.
people got injured. They attempted to kill so many people, sometimes successful, and the only one that bothered me was the chainsaw. And really, he did it to himself. He gets shot,
Yeah.
and then he lands himself on his chainsaw that didn't shut off.
Yeah.
I love that pre-shot too, where he's
He sees the
squatted.
inevitable.
If you, yeah, like, and the camera showing you, like, oh, this guy's about to fall on this. And
Yeah.
sure enough,
And then he shoots his leg out from under him. And
Yep.
Yeah, that death got to him. He's like, "Ugh."
it could have been a lot worse though, James. Like they could have shown a lot more.
Yeah, I was
It was no
surprised
Terrifier.
there weren't
Right.
more James reactions in this. I did look over and he had his hand up like, nope, I don't know. No, thank you. But I was expecting one for when the plague was torturing those people in the bathtub and his little montage in the beginning. You didn't have anything from that.
Yeah.
There was just too much going on. I was trying to make sense of anything happening at that point.
Again, jumping around because it's
It's all it is.
all the timelines. They're trying to show what's happening
Everything's
everywhere at
happening
once.
concurrently.
And it's just funky. We have the plague go take over the head of security spot, and he ends up in the elevator with Leota, and he figures that out pretty damn quick. That was the only one
Yeah.
that they're like, oh, that's a bad guy.
Mhm.
Everybody else was like standing around in the middle of them, and they're like, oh, well, they're coming soon.
Well, they use this. I mean, you're right. They're trying to bring everybody together and show all the timelines interacting. And the only way they made it possible was by creating this situation where the elevators wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And there's only one head of security, and he's the only one that could possibly know how to work the elevators. No one else in the building will know anything about this. And they won't be reachable even if they work.
And jumping off elevators.
So it was contrived for that whole elevator part.
We can't put all 42 characters in there at once.
You're right,
so-
they couldn't. And I did enjoy the brothers being trapped in the elevator for most of it because you were just waiting for them to come out.
Oh, yeah.
How many times did they tease that elevator door about to open, letting them out?
Hitler in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also love that they were the ones prepared for the elevators to lose power.
Yeah, they had the
Hey,
generator.
we'll just go ahead and jump this with our little portable generator here.
Yeah, they definitely were smarter than they looked. Had their little generator, but of course, as soon as they do that, they pull out their 2 machetes and
It's that redneck ingenuity.
Oh yeah, zip ties and duct tape, man.
Rednecks fix anything.
Let's see. So we have them. We have Soot come in, and his whole thing. I liked his setup. Wouldn't have worked at all. Would have taken like 48 hours to thicken.
We haven't talked about Vasoli yet. Joel Egerton's character.
No, and this is where his character really gets screen time is from Soot.
Yeah, and having to clean the jacket with the
Jeez. And Jeremy Piven got a lot of screen time in this. I'd forgotten how much he was on camera.
He's a really good Vegas drug addict.
Coked out piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much what he plays in everything.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
This movie is the reason I tried to learn card deal tricks during COVID. I was watching that
I love watching those.
how do you do that? I spent like 6 days on it.
Lots of cocaine,
Well,
apparently.
Apparently.
That's why I'm so slow. I'm going to have to rectify that and put a note in my book. But yeah, to your point, Soot is in the maintenance area. Or is
Maintenance, laundry,
yeah.
wherever.
And he's got one of the janitors, let's say, who had read the line so he can mock his voice and everything else.
Yeah.
And then while he's prepping him, Edgerton's character.
Yeah, Vasoli actually shows up.
That was a good, like, creepy shot, the way they did that, of him just walking to the door and standing there and listening,
Yeah.
and him outside, Edgerton outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
So then he just opens the door, takes him out, and makes his face instead. Pulls a Mission Impossible with Mr. G's calfskin jacket.
You know how I know? Because it's my $12,000 calfskin jacket.
There's not enough cleaning products in the world to get that out. And he integrates himself in immediately. And it's just the other bodyguard at the time.
Yeah. Well,
Other than the group of them that he walks through at the beginning at the penthouse.
I mean, it works because he plays it off as being a complete idiot.
Yeah.
And everybody already assumes Vasoli's
A
completely
moron.
incompetent.
Yeah. They started that right away.
Oh, yeah.
Where is he? I don't know.
I leave message. I know. What did it say? Oh, call back, please.
What did you say? Into the machine. Yes, there were machines you left messages on.
I will say Jeremy Piven's character, Buddy Israel, he degraded rapidly.
Probably all that coke.
I'm still confused with what he thought was happening during the whole thing.
He thought he was getting a deal with the FBI.
Well, he was until the 11th
figured
hour.
out.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what he thought was happening. Is he was getting a deal to turn
That's
in.
right, because the lawyer, Snot, he said
Yeah.
they just pulled the deal for no reason.
Exactly.
Yep. And
And
that's when he
his-
was ready to kill himself.
Well, part of it was he had already been found out by Ivy, Common's character,
He was going to
Yeah.
sell him out.
because he was pushing to keep his entourage intact. And he's like, well, just go ahead and give him Vasoli. He's an idiot anyway. He needs prison. He needs that regiment. And then you're like, no, they need everybody. You're going to be the only one escaping here. And that's when Common overhears it and is like,
He got his panties in a twist.
I
Yep.
thought you valued loyalty.
I value freedom and
Yeah.
coke. And
he looks like he did about 14 8 balls in
Man.
the last hour.
yeah, he went from looking rough to looking like he was the Walking Dead. I mean, I was waiting for him to have a heart attack.
Well, he was halfway there.
That bathroom mirror shot was brutal.
Yeah. Well, I liked that whole section where he and Common were talking and Edgerton was outside getting kind of like
After
ready.
he
He had
killed the
just
other
shot the
bodyguard.
other guy. Yeah. But when the Soot, when that guy ducked down, they did a really good reflection off of whatever he was sitting next to. So his face was like funky and like curved, which I liked because he's the guy that you don't know what he looks like. They said no one knows what he looks like because he always does the hitman thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked that they put that next to his face. And it was just a tiny little thing. I'd never seen it before. Caught in this. Like, that's a good just little
Yeah.
add-on.
That way you can't tell the Irish smile there.
Yeah. Which Flanagan has when he was a DJ.
Yeah, he got that when he was like 15 or 16.
Yeah, he was
maybe
a DJ
before.
walking home, and the gang came up and got him.
Yeah.
Is that really the story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
That's why when streetlights go on, you run home now.
Run home. Run home.
Run home as fast as you can, Charlie. So while all this is happening, we have Ryan Reynolds' character making it to the area, I guess.
Yeah, they found the Affleck's character and
Yeah, Berg's character.
yeah, Berg.
And he goes to the hotel and immediately realizes everything's fucked.
Yeah, they find Affleck's Cadillac in the parking garage. They're like, "Have you guys shut the hotel down? Are we locked down?" Well, I don't know.
I don't have a clear answer to that. They all have the lights on. It's like, this is an undercover thing. No, not anymore. But his character kind of takes over the show at that point. You have him looking for Leota, and then on top of that, he knows that one of the other assassins is there faking as an FBI agent.
Yep. After talking to the concierge or whatever,
The pizza boy?
who's credited as
Jeez.
Pimple Face Kid.
Oh, well, that checks
Or
No
out.
way.
Pimple
Are you
Face employee.
serious?
Oh yeah, that's how his character reads on IMDb.
Wow.
They put a lot of latex on that kid's face. Those
And Jason Bateman.
and Bateman, yeah. Well, I mean, on all the Tremors, they had so much makeup going on.
Those are just meth scars.
Well, that checks out too. Reynolds, once he gets up there, I always enjoyed that shootout with the 50 cal.
Oh yeah,
That's a cool. They could have gone bigger if they wanted to.
kind of Rambo style. Did you see the new Ram?
I haven't
Not the
seen
most recent one, but when they first started rebooting it in like the mid 2000s.
I saw
and
it,
there's-
but I don't remember it.
Oh, there's a scene at the end where he just goes ape shit with the 50 cal on the North Korean, Vietnamese, Cambodian.
Whoever he's killing that movie.
Yeah. And it was like they had a lot of the same shots where somebody just catching one in the chest and flying back 10 feet,
Yeah, because I mean that just
taking a
vaporizes
rally
you.
off. Oh yeah.
I loved how everyone was firing their pistols back out the
Yeah.
window of this very tall building, like they thought that there was somebody standing right there.
That is merely a distraction. You're not going to hit anybody.
Yeah, that's just cover fire, which they had no idea that she was half a mile away. Those rounds aren't even going to reach that building, probably.
Be lucky if they do.
Yeah, pistol rounds.
Not the shotgun.
Shotgun, absolutely not.
It just elevates that chaos that was already happening. It's like
Yeah.
shit's going down, and then you bust out a 50 cal, and bodies are flying. You're just like, oh wow.
Yeah, I always think of the Jackal when those
yes.
big guns. How it just, I mean, it doesn't leave anything.
Told you it was off by a couple millimeters.
Hold up that pack of smokes.
Oh, Jack Black.
Yep, Jack Black in his arm. Have you seen the Jackal?
No.
Oh, man.
Okay.
What is
Stand
that?
by, folks.
Bruce
I mean,
Willis,
I'm not
Richard
the only
Gere, and
one.
Jack Black.
Have you seen the Jackal?
I don't think I have.
Help me out here.
Richard Gere, Jack Black. Bruce Willis is you follow him
He's a
pretty much the whole
hitman.
movie.
Yeah.
He's a hitman, the Jackal. All right.
Sounds
watch it.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
You
it
guys
not?
stick around after this.
No.
And I also like that Ryan Reynolds literally was saved by a hose as they're coming out the elevator. That first one gets shot.
Yep. He
Because
uses one
Keys
as
is-
body cover.
Yeah, Keys is going to shoot him, and she just walks in the way. I enjoyed that.
What about when Reynolds let Alicia Keys go in the stairwell?
Yeah, that scene still bugs me for both of them because you've seen their phases, and I mean they obviously didn't know what the turnout was going to be.
I mean, they must even then they're painting Ryan Reynolds' character as the good cop.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it there. As much as he wants to shoot him,
I mean,
he
she
can't
was.
because they haven't.
We could keep doing this, or I'm going downstairs. You're going upstairs.
I mean, she was
Oh,
there
okay.
to assassinate, or capture. I guess assassinate.
Yeah, kill.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. She wasn't there innocent.
Nope. And Common wasn't there innocent either. He was a bodyguard that was about to kill Israel anyway. He was also everybody was going to kill the guy.
And I don't know why he didn't shoot immediately right there on the stairwell. I mean, why wouldn't you in that situation?
Yeah, since he had seen her already and thought that she killed his partner.
Partner. Yep.
Yeah, that was an odd choice. And her spotter, that character's just always been funky to me. But leaves her room she's in for a better vantage point.
There was a lot of bent up sexual aggression there that was clouding her judgment.
For sure.
She went berserk
Happens to the
when
best
she
of
thought
us.
her girl
True.
died.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
when she sees the other hooker's body and thinks it's her, and she just unloads the magazine, whatever she's got left.
The only thing that made her more angry was realizing that she lived and was with a guy.
No!
Right before she got blown away.
Not the D!
They should have showed us the shots of just random guests at the hotel just getting blasted.
Oh, yeah, they would have been destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
That round would not stop at the elevator. It would go through the back of the building. The way that they set that up. You're going through windows, into the hallway. That'd go through the next room.
That would have been awesome.
And no police or security anywhere. Barely in the casino where all this is going down. Definitely not in the hotel a mile away. With our sniper up top terrorizing everyone on that floor.
Lake Tahoe.
Once they figured out, they do get a SWAT team over there.
Havasaw campus. Yeah, they and you don't see her die. The SWAT team is just coming down the hall, and
You hear the shots.
You hear
and
the
that's
shots.
it, yeah.
And then we have the big, I want to say a big twist, but James, I think, saw it early. Were you saying that he was,
He called it like 20 minutes in.
or were you saying that Yoda?
I was expecting a twist as soon as they talked about the guy changing his appearance. I was like, oh, wait. That's foreshadowing.
Yeah. Who's it going to be?
It's clear foreshadowing.
How's this coming into play? And you realize that what was his name? The old Bob boss?
Speraza.
But I didn't see what was happening with Piven's character. I didn't know that was going to be the twist.
Yeah. Well, because it just sounds like assassination, not we want to harvest his heart.
Yeah, I mean, from the earlier clips, it just seemed like that he was just befriended in the organization.
Yeah, because they didn't know, so that's what they thought too. So, and that's one of the things that I really like about this is when they're telling a story, they'll tell it from their viewpoint. So you get little chunks of stuff as they tell. Each person is telling parts of the story that's what that person heard or believes. That's what that person heard or believes, and at the end you get the actual.
Yeah, Primo Speraza is the only one that really knows that Israel's his son.
Right.
Which would, that's why he wants the heart, and it would make sense as to why he brought him into the family once he become this, popular, legit guy.
Right. And that Speraza was the agent that was going undercover back in, did they even say when that was?
Pre-World War II.
So.
Or post-World War II. Somewhere right around there.
He'd
been an agent since like 1940.
Yeah.
1942.
Because they talked about, I'm going to change my face so I look Italian and all that and go undercover. And then they say that Speraza killed him. And then they show at the end that, nope, he survived and just took over that identity.
Yeah.
Because the FBI was convinced that he had turned on them.
Yeah. The FBI started the whole thing again.
And I guess he really hadn't.
Yeah,
so
apparently he had.
They just took him out because of it.
They just thought he was too deep, so they tried to kill him. He's like, all right, well, fuck you. I'm going to just
make
this crime family as big as possible.
And they kind of buried it because they're like, all right.
Yeah.
We screwed the pooch on this one.
And it was all paper documents. They said everybody that knew was already dead.
Yeah, dead or long out of the bureau.
Yeah, it's like The Departed. Like,
yeah.
How many people know, like, one person?
Well, yeah, because he was a junior agent at the time, and everybody else sitting in the room was 50 in 1942.
Yeah. They's all dead.
And he's, at this point, Speraza's in his 80s or whatever.
I still can't
alive.
believe they thought they were going to keep him alive to do anything with.
Well, that was Reynolds' whole point is, why are we doing any of this?
Yeah.
None of this makes any sense.
Yeah, he didn't agree to do anything. They just figured it out, and they're like, oh, well, we're going to give this a shot because he's got more than Israel can give us.
Yeah, because he was on board with Israel, which, again, why wouldn't you just keep Israel alive at this point? Speraza is pretty much dead anyway.
Well, that's what happens when you do a heart transplant. Both patients don't get to live.
I understand. Why wouldn't you keep him alive and not take his heart out?
No, I get it.
But I like that at the end, the government was responsible for everything.
Classic.
It's all the government's fault.
Classic.
So how'd you feel about the ultimate ending? Was it the all is lost moment?
Kill them all. Let God sort them out.
I never loved the ending, but I don't have any bad feelings toward it, I guess. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, it just...
I didn't hate it.
For his character being the good cop or whatever, and there's just so much just filth in this government agency or whatever. He was just like, I'm the good guy.
Yeah, at the end he just kind of goes
This is justified.
Yeah, he wanted
This is
justice.
what's needed.
goes
Yeah.
Punisher on himself
Yeah.
on his own. Like, I'm just gonna unplug these guys and I'm quitting. Here's my gun. Here's my badge. You guys freak out outside this room while they
Yeah, that was the one piece that I really hated.
the hospital piece. Imagine.
Yeah, hospital doors don't lock. At least patient room doors don't.
Do they have a spot for mafia informants at your hospital?
No,
All right, I'm gonna have to go to UMS for that.
I don't think we got a lot of mafia in Little Rock there.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
Ryan Reynolds was
Those
the
are
only
those
one
are called
thought,
gangs, Rob.
Oh yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is the only law enforcement with enough cardio to attempt the stairs.
Yeah, no one else even
Yeah.
tried.
Nobody else even tried.
I know, like Rob said it like right on. It's like, what about the stairs?
Yeah,
Everyone's so dumbfounded, like, oh, elevators don't work. Now what?
A few cops came up the stairs, but nothing.
we're gonna have to stand around and wait for this elevator forever. What the fuck are you doing?
Take the stairs in case of emergency.
It's only on the 19th floor.
take the
Jesus.
stairs.
Yeah, two at a time, baby.
Hey, if the Ghostbusters can do it in proton packs,
No shit.
and it's 47 floors, you guys can do it.
Someone saw a cockroach up on 18.
Must have been a big cockroach.
Bite your head off, man.
In an alternate ending, I feel like one of the hit people actually get to Buddy Israel, kill him, take him for their bounty,
Yeah.
and there is none.
Oh, there's no bounty.
Because Sproz is dead, so it doesn't matter.
And now even more chaos happens.
Wasn't it the FBI themselves that hired all the hitmen to take out the entourage?
No,
No.
only
Sparazzo
His guy,
hired. What's
hired
his face? What are you calling him?
he hired Soot,
Soot. There you go.
Laszlo Soot.
but because of that, it just kind of, reflexed out into that hitman world, and everybody else who figured it out.
Well, I guess who thought they were going to get paid? By who?
That's my question. Is how it got misinterpreted, or
Yeah.
or who's? I mean, I guess
Because
There's
are
a
all the
leak in
lines.
the FBI.
I mean, I
Yeah.
heard one of them in the dialogue say we were just there to take out the entourage.
Yeah, Soot was the only guy hired by Speranza. The other guys were the guy that was turning on Speranza to, I'm assuming, take his spot.
Yeah.
The guy that met the girls in the diner. He's an old mom
Yeah.
movie guy. I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah.
He was setting up other deals.
Yeah. He left the
Okay.
contract open for whoever got it, basically.
They were kind of ready to turn on Speranza, it sounded like,
Okay.
or at least take over. He wasn't long for this world kind of thing. The prince is getting ready, King's almost dead. Let's kill this magician.
Well, they did say that had split the family at one point.
Yeah,
Spraz on one side, Israel on the other.
yeah, because he started taking out some of his guys to do
He
his
did that,
jobs.
Yeah. Borrowed guys to do unsanctioned jobs or whatever.
Yeah,
Getting
and
getting his feet wet.
getting his nose dried.
The bail bondsman does come back there towards the end. At the same time, Ryan Reynolds is trying to get to the hospital with Garcia and Israel and Sprazzo,
Oh yeah,
and he comes across the Tremor's car in the parking lot.
that was
He
that was a good scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Pine doesn't recognize him initially because he's wearing Grandma's Tahoe
Yep, yellow sweatshirt,
yellow
and,
sweatshirt and
socks with sandals.
Yeah, he's bandaged up. He's barely moving. He's like, "Sir, I'm a federal agent. I advise you lower your firearm.
Hey,
This car's confiscated. It's not mine.
you that guy? His whole conversation,
World's just crazy.
they're
Yeah.
old buddies.
Yeah.
And I love, he's like, give me the key. And he takes the key ring and he goes over,
He hangs
because the
it
guy's only got his index finger and his thumb, and he hangs it on his index finger. He's like, no hard feelings, mine. All
Pats
right,
him on the back.
I'll see you around. And he gets 20 feet, 30 feet.
Yeah. Does the no look shot to the back.
Like, fuck this. Shoots him in the back anyway.
Yeah.
Chris Pine was definitely into that set of fake teeth he had for that.
Oh, he was
Character.
grinning a lot.
I've never seen him smile so much as an actor, except when he had those teeth in.
to show him off. Baby Browns.
Baby Browns.
I think those teeth had really put him into the character.
Well, that's how he got Star Trek. Really like those moonshine teeth he got there.
Moonshine teeth.
Hillbilly bread. Ugh. I mean, there were some great
I think we kind of
lines.
covered all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all the
There's
highlights.
another one that's not really long. There's just a lot happening. What was... I had to go back down there for Merrill. What was the plagues thing with when he killed the head of security, Matt Fox? He was like holding him and talking to him.
Yeah, they just had a really weird interaction. Like,
Uncomfortable. He's like, I want this to be
this is the last
the
person you
last
see.
face you see before you die. And
I think-
just because you've seen this, you're not going to get to heaven.
I think he was
That's
getting
how
off.
terrible I am.
Oh,
At
so
it.
he was just being a bad
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude.
Just being a terrible human.
Okay. Yeah, that checks out. I like that he got to kill Matt Fox at the same time he was trying to save him and lost. I'm trying to remember when Lost started. It probably was. Yeah, it was happening at the same time.
I wouldn't know.
Really? 16?
Quid pro
I
quo.
do. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I remember
Quid pro
watching this in
quo.
theaters and be like, "Oh, hey, look, it's Jack." Oh, never mind. He was only in it for a minute.
Not 16. 06.
The dialogue in this, I'm gonna have to go back and see what other movies this guy has directed. Because the guy Ritchie,
The new A-Team.
okay, that would make some sense.
Narc. And there was a couple others.
Another Ray Liotta
Yeah.
and Jason Patrick, right? Narc.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm glad we picked this one. It's been probably since...
Yeah, he wrote and
College.
directed this film.
You didn't? Oh, you weren't here for Dracula Untold, were you?
No.
No.
No, that's
I think it was just the three of us.
you missed last week. It was a good one. You would have liked it.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Maybe not.
I'll listen to it.
Yeah, you'll hear all about it. Other than that, tons of people that were doing.
Holy shit.
What?
Did we do a Parents Guide?
He did. He directed Boss Level.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
It's the same movie, pretty much. So
Yeah.
you want to do one, and I'll.
Scrap it. Start over.
All right, delete all of this.
Yeah, he's written a lot.
Boss Level. That makes a lot of sense because it's pretty much the exact same movie.
Yeah, he wrote and directed both of these films: Narc, A-Team, Smokin' Aces 2.
Take me home, James.
Was there a second one?
Hell yeah.
Huh.
Wasn't as good, but
I didn't know that.
I've seen it once. I think Vinnie Jones was in it.
Benny.
Well, I think that's what you need to know for this. Other than don't touch my rabbit.
Yeah.
Jason Bateman just crushed it.
In case you were wondering, everything was severe except for sex and nudity. That was only
Moderate.
Really?
moderate. Yeah.
Language was severe?
They
Profanity?
didn't say anything about language.
It's got to be profanity.
There were lots of nips in this. I'm surprised that was low.
Not low.
Moderate.
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 Strong, bloody violence.
There wasn't a lot of sex there, just naked hookers.
You just had the hookers, the topless hookers for a while.
Yeah. They're not real people anyways.
Which, that's another part of this movie that...
Although for them to say this had frightening, intense scenes as severe, and we've definitely watched movies that had more frightening scenes that were not listed as severe.
Well,
I think they were grading it on a scale, grading on a curve here.
This was the 2006 scale.
Yeah, this was
and-
the 2006 action movie scale, not...
James says that after he
On a horror
cowered
movie
in the
scale.
corner over the chainsaw.
What's
Just
that-
the chainsaw.
That chainsaw scene
God.
again.
They've got whole movies full of chainsaw murders.
You mean the Chainsaw Diaries?
I would think that one would be severe. This was moderate.
Yeah, this wasn't as bad. It was just, there's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
At one point, it looked like it was raining blood, which
Yeah, that last
Yeah.
shootout in the elevator scene was pretty. I think that's what did it there.
probably, that was good. And at the beginning, I remember this shot because I don't know why it always makes me laugh. When the guy's kicking all the hookers out, and he grabs the one and like goes to push her, and her
And she-
wig comes off.
Oh yeah,
And he goes, "Don't forget your hat, bitch!"
throws it out the door as he's ushering him out.
Every single
Hey.
time, I laugh at that. I don't know why.
Call the florist. We need more.
These are, what do you say? These are dried up or wilting.
Yeah, these are wilting. There you go.
I
Call
can
the florist.
only hope I remember this when you're wearing a hat one day.
Get it, James. Keep it. Go get a tattoo on your arm like memento. Rob's hat. You forgot your hat, bitch.
I'm still waiting on you to do the Bill Paxton run out of doze one
No
night.
doubt.
As soon as I find my old college javelin.
So that's Smokin'
Aces.
Smokin' Aces.
Smoking Joe's.
Smokin' Joe's Aces. Ugh. Yeah, if you have not seen this, it's a great action movie. Lots of just pure insanity, and the dialogue is top notch. Go check it out. And go check out Sally's Soda Shop if you're not familiar. Soda
Sally's
Shop?
Hydration Station.
I still call it the original name. Sally's Hydration Station.
It's delicious.
She is posting on Instagram and Facebook where she will be located over the next couple weeks as she gets her timeline down. I'd say go get a Saturns for Suckers drink. That's my drink. But Sally's Special is probably the best one. I'd check that out. Saturns for Suckers comes with a sucker, so it's a little bit better.
My girls just order what they want and ask for a sucker.
That sounds right. Yeah. My girls are now just walking in like, excuse me, this is my soda machine. Forgot your hat, bitch. All right. Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Yay.
Charlie,